I'm going to share with you the biggest secret weapon in the Gyms Group franchise recruitment. And this is something that you can do as a franchise brand. We've been doing it for 4 years and I know it works and we have the figures to back up why it works. So I'm just going to show you what that is. And it's really simple. It's our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel has more than, we've got now 1,500 videos there. Obviously since 2019, since I took over midway through there, we were posting relentless content on there and our content's gotten better as we go. But we post daily with shorts and long form content onto our channel. We have so much good stuff that we can share with our franchisees. But we're finding that with franchising, someone has the dream to inquire and they inquire and then they're not going to sign up straight away, right? So what can they consume in the meantime if it's 6 months, 12 months, 3 years before they become a franchisee? And this doesn't matter if you're a 20 grand franchise or a $500,000 franchise. Having a YouTube channel with consistent content, which is a whole bunch of different type of content, is the secret weapon to our growth. It really has been since 2019. Now, I don't see a lot of brands doing this and it is quite perplexing. I think we spend the money on the wrong thing. I think people spend money on Seek and they spend money on BDMs and they spend money on all these different lead generation things. When you go to the YouTube channel and they've got one video from 5 years ago, right? So we know that people are going to search you, they're going to look up what you've got and they don't want to be pushed and they're going to want to consume at their own pace. And this doesn't matter what level of franchisee you're after. Obviously people who buy a $500,000 franchise are going to have a bit more success in terms of business and maybe capital as someone who buys a 20 grand one, but they're going to still want to consume content that is fairly similar. So that's long form franchisee interviews, the training, and really get an in-depth look into what they're buying into before coming into your system. Now, if you're relying on giving them nothing and then bringing into your system, then you show them everything, I think that's very antiquated in franchising. It's wrong, especially with younger people who want to consume podcasts or digital media and before they invest in a brand or a service. So having all this sort of stuff at your disposal is something that you can use. And I personally recommend you redeploy any capital you have in other areas to getting a good YouTube channel. Now, that might be something where you build up about the training, franchisee testimonials on podcasts, and you do nothing again, or you drip feed that over a course of a year. But it's really, really affordable now. Like, obviously, we have an internal video team who can do this, which is fantastic, and some editors. But even if you're a one-man band or you don't have many resources, just interviewing franchisees on Zoom, repurposing that with their various tools, and then putting it out there on your website as well. So when people do Google your name, they will see those indexed interviews about on your website as well, but also come across those videos in different areas and you can integrate them with your marketing. So this is what we do. And the content, you don't have to have, tens of thousands of dollars on video production. It really doesn't matter. What matters is what the person is saying. So how can you get the best responses from what the person is saying? And I find long form interview where they're really comfortable and casual with you. That's where the skill really comes in, is getting those answers out of them and putting them in a situation where they're comfortable to speak with you about it. Now, look, I'm not saying our content's the best, but it's something that we try and constantly improve. But it works. Look at our figures. We've grown from 3,600 franchisees in 2019 to now 5,200 in the space of 4 years after being stagnant for a very long time. This is the reason why. It's not hidden as well. But yeah, if you've got any questions or feedback about how we do it, or if you like this sort of video, please at the comment below. I'm happy to share processes which go beyond this, which then show you how you can repurpose this. It's not just about creating one video and then expecting 50 leads to come off it. That's not how it works as well. Your mindset's got to change, that you put consistent out on a regular basis, that over time people will lurk and they'll watch you, they'll follow you for 12 months or 6 months, and then at that time they're really ready to come into your system or to inquire more, they'll come in. And it just makes it a lot easier for your salespeople as well. If you don't have video content for your franchise salespeople, what do you got to hide is the way I think of it. And if someone comes into your system not knowing anything about it, I don't think that's the prospect you'd want as well. But that's our secret, having a YouTube channel. It's there in the open. So if you don't do it as a franchise brand or a marketing manager, redeploy your assets into getting a good YouTube channel up and running. Your franchise brand will grow because of it.